The meaning of the movie author Orpheus to read for minutes published 8.03. 2019 updated 16.10. 2019 The plot of the movie unfolds in the family of popular children's author Stephen Lewis. The loving father goes to the supermarket with his 4-year-old daughter Kate. The girl stepped away for a second while Daddy paid for the purchases. After picking up the bag, Stephen looks around and realizes the child has disappeared. He fumbles around the street in the store, but no one has seen Kate. This is perhaps the worst thing that can happen to a loving parent. Losing a child who was just there for you. Where could Kate have disappeared to? Why didn't anyone see where the girl went? The meaning of the movie will be revealed gradually and, perhaps, everyone will understand it in his own way. At home, the father and daughter are waiting for Julia, who does not know anything yet. The news shocks her and she becomes depressed. Julia will understand every mother, because she has lost her only daughter. She doesn't even know if Kate is alive. Time drags on endlessly, hoping for luck. But all the searches for the girl are fruitless. Over time, Julia tries to accept the situation. On a subconscious level, she still blames Stephen for not looking after her daughter and losing her. In the end, their marriage does not withstand such a cruel test of fate and the spouses separate. Julia goes to live in a small village by the sea and tries to start a new life. Stephen does not give up hope of finding his little daughter. He has kept her room just as it was. Every Christmas he decorates the tree and puts presents under it. From time to time he seems to see Kate in the yellow raincoat she wore on that fateful day. However, another challenge awaits the writer. Stephen's best friend Charles, who has always helped him in publishing books and supported him in everything, decides to retire. With his wife Thelma, they move to their own house near the forest. Stephen is upset by this news, because he already has a very difficult period in his life. Charles and his wife were very close to the writer. And now he is left alone. He is in complete bewilderment, why his friend so abruptly decided to leave and distance himself from the civilized world. Yes, at work a lot has changed. Charles's views did not coincide with the opinion of management. Did he really find only such a way out? Meanwhile, Stephen arrives in the village to Julia. In search of her home, he comes to a small pub. In the window he notices a girl looking at him and smiling. A strange feeling comes over Stephen. He is sure that he has been here once before, but he doesn't remember it himself. And it remains in his thoughts until he meets his own parents. The meaning of the movie A Child in Time. The meaning of the movie, Child in Time, is partially revealed by Stephen's mother. She remembers going to this pub when she was pregnant. It was a difficult time and then she doubted whether she should have a child. But the mom goes on to explain that at one point she saw her future son in the window and all doubts were immediately dispelled. So they saw each other at different times? Stephen, a grown man, turned out to be a child in time for his mother. Later, Stephen decides to visit his best friend. When he arrives at his house, he catches a strange sight. Charles is running through the woods, climbing trees like a boy, and in a lined den drinking urine from a bottle. It seems that he has let his inner child, who was once restricted in many ways, loose. Alternatively, the changes in Charles' behavior are also one of the explanations for the film. In a way, he is that child in time, only now an adult. Unfortunately, Charles fails in his play and commits suicide without leaving any explanation. The meaning of the ending of the movie, Child in Time, is ambiguous. Julia gives the happy news to her husband. She calls her husband from the maternity hospital and it turns out that they are about to have a son. Both Stephen and Julia in their lives once saw a mysterious boy, who disappeared as suddenly as he appeared. Is this really the boy, and has he come back to them? Is this the child in time? The couple's life goes on after all, through the pain and loss of their eldest daughter. She is never found, but the parents will still believe that Kate is alive and loved. At least by her own birth parents, Stephen and Julia. Write your own meaning of the movie Child in Time in the comments. We'll be looking forward to it. Admin.